earnings. It's less than 1.
Mm.
If today's market value is 800 billion and the company has earnings power in 5 years of close to a trillion,
Mhm.
you're paying less than 1 times earnings for that. And again, I'm calling this hindsight PE because if we're fast forwarding 5 years in time and we see Tesla making a trillion, then today we're paying less than one times for that. In this case, it's kind of more of a foresight PE than hindsight, but the concept's the same.
Yeah. It's almost
Wouldn't that
like,
be a good deal,
it's a
Herbert,
great
if you
deal.
could buy a company for less than 1 times earnings?
No, this is where I think people are very tripped up all the time. You look at the stock price today, you go 125 PE, that's very expensive. That's crazy. You're expecting so much out of that. It's risky. But you could have said, we great. I think you already said it, right? You can go back to other companies where it was crazy, like Amazon,
Yeah.
Apple, Nvidia.
NVIDIA.
You can give all these examples where you got these crazy PEs, and then of course, hindsight later, it turned out that they were, like you said, a one at the time because they didn't just grow; they grew faster and more and bigger and higher margin than they
Yeah,
ever anybody ever expected. In fact, they should have been given more than 125 p at that time. Like whatever,
that's
hundreds
right.
of p. Yeah, it was so cheap at the time, and yet everybody thought it was so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's a bet. That's part of the risk. But it turned out for these companies that the truth came and it happened.
It does on the surface of it seem crazy today to assign such a high PE to such a low margin company, but that's not what Tesla's likely to be 5 years from now.
Yeah.
And therefore, based on, what I'm calling hindsight PE, you may
Mhm.
well be picking up Tesla shares today for less than 1 times earnings.
Yeah.